Madam President, every week for months now, I've been coming down to the Senate floor and have been using the opportunity to talk about someone in my state, the great state of Alaska, who's made a difference. And we call that person the Alaskan of the Week. And these are individuals, unsung in many ways, who are doing something for their community, something for the state, and in many ways are inspiring everybody. Now, I'm a little biased here, but I believe that I live in the most beautiful state in the country, probably the most beautiful place in the world, full of wonderful people, beautiful landscape, and we certainly encourage everybody here in the Senate or watching on TV to come up to Alaska, experience it yourself. You will have the trip of a lifetime, guaranteed. Guaranteed. We are also blessed to live in a land that provides so much for our physical and spiritual needs. It's a very spiritual place. Alaskans are a hardy people. However, like any place in the country, people have tough times. Some people are more fortunate than others. But thankfully, we have people all across our state, we have people all across America who give of themselves so that those in difficult situations can be taken care of. So, Madam President, today I want to take you to Kotzebue, Alaska, or what we often just refer to as COTS. It's about 550 miles northwest of Anchorage, 26 miles north of the Arctic Circle in Alaska's northwest Arctic borough. Now, about 3,000 people live in Kotzebue. That's one of our bigger villages, and it's a hub for dozens of smaller villages that dot this enormous, beautiful region. Like most of Alaska, it's cold in the winter, and it's beautiful now under a never-setting sun. The midnight sun in Kotz is high in the sky, and it's got wonderful, wonderful people in Kotzebue. Like most places in Alaska, particularly in smaller villages in rural Alaska, community there is everything. People take care of each other. People band together and help each other overcome challenges that can exist in the extreme environments that we have in Alaska. So let me tell you today about Marty Shore, one of the very generous residents of Kotzebue and who is our Alaskan of the Week. Born in Kotzebue, Marty is the general manager of Kotzebue Electric Association, where he has worked for more than 24 years. He's been married to his wife, Lucy, since 1977. They have 6 children, 7 grandchildren, and in his free time, he fishes, very common, plays hoops, and loves to cook for his family. He's also involved in the Boys and Girls Club and his tribal government. But here's when I want to talk about Marty and why he's been such an inspiration, not only in Kotzebue, but throughout the state. On Thanksgiving 2015, Marty got sick. And over the next several weeks, he had to go to the hospital repeatedly. While he was there, he noticed a group of people who would gather around the free coffee that was served at the hospital. And he approached one of them, a woman named Joanne, and asked a very simple question. Why do you guys hang around here? What are you doing? And she told him, well, we don't really have another place to go right now. And this disturbed him greatly. At that time of year in Kotzebue, it can get down to 20 and 30 below zero. Difficult place. You must be hungry, he asked Joanne. And she said, yes, they were. So the next day, and the day after that, 5 days a week, Marty and Lucy together have used their own money and their own lunch hour during the work week to make sandwiches. Simple act. 30 to 40 sandwiches for that group in the hospital. Every day. Every person that needs one gets a sandwich. Sometimes turkey and cheese, sometimes caribou and she-fish spread. Marty's anxious for the salmon season to start so he can make salmon spread sandwiches. They also get a juice box and dessert. Simple. Simple but generous. Recently, another generous Kotzebue resident, Sophie Foster, began making sandwiches as well. And before you know it, you have a whole community that's doing this. It's taking this simple example and getting involved. So now some people drop off cinnamon rolls or fruit. Others bring back bulk items when they travel to Anchorage. And so dozens of people in Kotzebue, Alaska are now helping in this effort because of Marty's simple act. Madam President, people like Marty and his wife Lucy make my state truly unique and a wonderful place. His generosity, doing something seemingly so simple, making a sandwich for someone who's hungry, has now had a big impact not only on Kotzebue, but Alaska. Marty didn't know the impact he would have when he began making sandwiches. Quote, "I was just trying to help a few people that day, make them happier." But his actions have initiated a growing conversation in Kotzebue about how best to take care of people who need help. It's drawn attention to homelessness and hunger, very important issues not only in Alaska but throughout the country. Marty spurred this important conversation in the state, in Kotzebue, through his simple actions. And that's inspired all of us. So congratulations, Marty, for what you're doing, for your simple acts of inspiration, and for being our Alaskan of the week. I yield the floor.